because I'm stealing it all.
Maybe. It's just like my websites aren't loading.
No, that's weird. Because, like, Steam's telling me I'm pulling crazy numbers for download, but...
Oh, it might be just that Steam is prioritizing it over your browser. Of both of our browsers. That makes sense.
Yeah, because Steam's telling me I'm getting 210 megabits a second network for my download.
So yeah, it's using all of our internet.
Can you give me a stop?
That doesn't matter.
Not at this point. Okay.
I'm just over here downloading Democracy.
All right then, everybody. Red fingers of light stretch across the sky as you all slowly come awake in the morning. Still a little sore, still a little bruised. Dusting off shoulder, cleaning armor, picking out filth from in between scales. You all slowly wake up and find a small little crackling fire with a pot of water already starting to bubble away underneath the large tree that now resides on the top of the Umbala Plateau. Little bits of dew occasionally drip down, because even here, half a mile above the jungle floor, it is still humid. But the morning is cool, and the day smells fresh as you all start again.
I guess we probably would have started looking through a lot of the stuff again, pulled out the jar that had the soul in it. We want to say if we did that now.
It's up to you if you want to do that before your morning tea.
I'll be doing it with the morning tea.
I guess while Grim's doing that, I'll go and talk wherever Kalia is. I'll go and talk to her. But you can do big stuff first, and then we can jump to that.
All right. So, as Iku hands you a steaming little ceramic mug of your morning tea, you blow off the steam, let it cool a sec, and what do you do? Grip?
Because I probably would just start rummaging through the bag of stuff that had the adamantine bars and the that soul jar thing?
The
Or
blue
the-
jar that talked in a sneaky
Yeah.
voice.
I don't know. Yeah, Jeff, you tell us. Did that talk to us now, or did it talk to us last night?
It talked to you the instant you touched it.
Okay. I guess I wasn't sure exactly the timing, since we were kind of being loose with a lot of stuff. So
Mhm.
we can say I did that today. I touched that today. I don't know. You tell me if we did that already.
It's already happened, so
Okay.
you pull it out now. As
Okay.
you look in it, you see a small blue glowing orb. And then inside this dirty mason jar, you see a raid floating around it and occasionally poking it. A lot of the needles that some of you have become very familiar with.
I'll look to Iku and I'll say, Iku, you mentioned that you seem to know about the voice that talked to us when I touched this. Can you tell me a little bit more about it? Tell us a little bit more about it? Or like what you know? There seemed to be some recognition when you heard the voice.
Iku would sort of sit cross-legged, straight-backed, swirling her steaming tea and sipping, both hands clasped around it. Go, yes. I, as you know, can, I have... Oh man, what's the word for talk to things with your mind? Not telekinesis.
Telepathy.
Telepathy.
Yeah.
The other one. Yeah. Iku goes, as you know, I have, some telepathic abilities and was able to hear when they introduced themselves in there. And that is Saja and Baza. It's in the chat.
Yep.
Saja is... Are you familiar with a Naga?
Maybe you tell me, Jeff. Should I roll for it?
Yeah, roll for it. History.
Oh, no, so I probably won't.
Oh.
I guess I do. Whatever reason, they're like lizards, and dragons are like lizards, just bigger, and so distant relations kind of stuff. Makes sense. Going with it. Yeah, Iku, I know a fair bit about Nagas.
So you recall clearly in your book on the wilds of Chult, both of them actually, your dramatized one from your friend Volo, and the more accurate diary and description of religion, that Nagas, you were probably correct in your calling it a dragon equivalent, but Nagas deal more in magic and mystics than physical strength. Not to say they are weak, but they are more known for their wisdom, intelligence, and some of them are even rumored to be able to see the future and the past. So, as you describe what you know, Iku would nod and go, yes. That is Saja. I am uncertain what Saja did to become trapped by the nanny, what deal had to be struck with that foul creature. But I cannot imagine that having one's essence trapped in such a container would be a pleasant experience.
And do you think would you recommend us going and returning her essence? Or
I would. Oh,
I was gonna
Go
say,
ahead.
how much would I know about, like, would I known anything about if Nagas are generally more evil creatures, or from my reading, or no? Or do I just know that? Like,
so you would know that there are both.
okay. So basically, like humanoids. Cool.
Yeah, there are guardian Nagas who basically dedicate everything to fighting evil. There are destruction Nagas, which, as the name implies,
Destroy.
And so you would know that a Naga is not as powerful as either a guardian or a destruction Naga. But once it chooses its path, it becomes a little more flooded with power. And Iku would look at you and say, well, considering that Saja is both a good friend of mine and a guardian Naga, I would rather strongly recommend we return their essence to them.
Okay. And we'll talk to Kai and Kalia. But if they're a friend of yours, then I see no reason why we shouldn't help them. Help her.
Iku sort of gets a tired grin and goes, also, since I do know how adventurers work,
Yep.
I think it would be fair to say that Saja would be very grateful for the return of their essence. Their power can be rather large.
I won't deny the fact that I do enjoy. I do look forward to getting a reward, but just knowing that. But for me personally, just knowing that be helping you out is also good enough. If she deems that she wants to give us a reward, that's fine. But I'm not going to ask her for anything specific.
Your candor is always appreciated, Grim.
What I'm known for.
Well, shall we enjoy our tea and appreciate this fine and fleeting glimpse of peace?
Gladly. You do make a good cup of tea.
And so what were Kai and Kaylee getting up to?
No idea.
I was like, so I will go, while Grim's doing all that, I don't know what Kaylee is doing, where she would be, but I'll sort of saunter over to her, and sort of as I approach, just, I didn't really get the chance to thank you yesterday. I don't know. Have you had to do that before? Because
No. That was my first. And I'm really worried I kind of fucked it up. Sorry about the this.
the what? There's something on my face.
And she'll find the shiniest piece of armor she's got and kind of
Oh,
point it at Kai's face.
don't tell him. It has
Don't
to be a surprise.
Kalia feels terrible about this.
I know. Grim just wants to see how long it was lasted.
After inspecting the fuck up that is his face now.
Improved it.
Well, I guess it matches my other scars. But regardless of all this, thank you. I don't know if I've technically been brought back to life before. I'm sure there was some interesting situations where I was close. Sorry it was sort of in the middle of the shit, and it couldn't have been when everything died down, or a fun experiment.
We're gonna put a pin in that. No experiments.
I feel like calling it an experiment just makes you a necromancer.
Yeah, there's slight worries with that one. But my experience, this never happens in quiet times. It's always when shit hits the fan.
No, I know, but it's not like we killed her and everybody was dead, and then we were like, oh shit, Kai's dead. But I wanted to thank you, because again, that was a big deal for me, dying and coming back. And obviously I wouldn't have done it without you. So I will try not to let that happen in the future.
Please? I don't like watching my friends die.
A little smirk comes across Kai's face when he hears friends die. I'm just... okay.
You just get a glare. Like, really? Now? You choose to do that now?
Been a point.
Well, I guess if we come across a diamond, we can try to replace the one that you used.
Not super stressed about diamonds just yet.
Also, how does this look? And I'm gonna pull out the wooden goblin mask that Grim made sure there was no weird magic on it. And I'm just gonna put it to my face. Does it somewhat fit just the shape? Or is it like super, super small?
Looks like an eye patch on Kai.
They are actually oversized for the goblins, so it would probably be kind of close to fitting.
I'm just gonna put it up to my face. How off-putting is this? Because, you know, the scars are off-putting enough. Does this at least mystique and mysterious?
I think the scars look better than the mask. I'm getting really weird vibes from that mask.
So,
What looks
Grim, as you sit and sip your tea, you see him put up a mask, and having read, well, actually, roll history again.
Again? He already rolled a nat 20. Don't make him do it again. Oh, thank goodness.
That's very good.
I know, but if it was a 1, I would have cried.
No, you would know that the goblins of Chult, or Batiri, as they
God,
call
it's gonna be
themselves.
shit, isn't it?
No.
Okay.
Do you know that they don't have names? The names they give themselves and refer to themselves as are whatever their mask is.
I think you told us that at one point, because I knew you said everything was decorated differently.
Yeah, so every mask is different. So, what does the mask look like? I'm asking you. Yeah.
Shit. It looks like Obviously, it looks like one of those oversized African tribal masks. Probably
I'll show you the
with like
picture
weird,
from.
with like kind of weird designs in the corner and like the bottom mouth, kind of like semicircles that just kind of end up as like almost a triangle in the center. I don't know. That's just what I'm going with right now. Sure, that's exactly what I described.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And then Jeff put it in, and I was like, yeah.
I'm going with the second to top, that green looking one.
That's fair.
Okay. So these masks are made to be fought in. So if you would like to use it, it will offer no mechanical benefit, except maybe endearing you to goblins in Chult. But you can use it.
My plan for future reference, when we rest, I want to take some time to sort of smooth it out and make it look less tiki-like and more human-ish.
Humanoid-like.
I have a painter's kit.
I feel like I gotta, chisel it down a bit first, and
Gotta
then we'll
sand it.
and then
I'm
we'll do
just
the.
saying, if you hate the green, we could make it all sorts of fun colors.
Listen, we'll paint it out.
Well, Pride Month is over, so you can't do that.
Maybe not all black, but we'll give it some splash. Cool.
Grim, out of the corner of your eye, you see Iku chuckling into her tea as she sees you all fangirling over a goblin mask and arts and crafts.
I don't think I was
But
fangirling.
could I technically, as it is now, wear it?
Yeah, you can wear it. It's got
Okay.
straps and sort of like a helmet part on the front of it. It is made to be worn. It may take a little bit of work, like you're saying, to get it to fit a human head.
Yeah. Okay.
Or human sized.
Cool. That'll be, just so you know, that'll be my nighttime project.
Did
until...
we cure
Okay.
Kai of his shivering sickness?
Yes. The only thing I have are I'm cured of everything but the phase. Fuck up.
Okay. Because I was like, if we didn't cure you before you went to sleep, you didn't heal.
No, yeah, you did.
Yeah, you healed him.
You did
I think it
that,
was like
and
your
you
last
did.
stealth.
I think you found his broken ribs and was like, I'm gonna cure this disease.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
cured the disease, and you,
Because
and
I
at the same
found-
time you
Well,
cured.
because I have
the-
medicine check, and I wrote out 4 broken ribs, shivering sickness, and massive scar.
You're
Yeah.
like, he's in a lot of physical pain. I'm gonna ignore that.
Yeah, when I died, I got 3 effects. You cured 2 of them. 1 you can't yet.
Let me know. Let me know if you finish when you finish your chat.
I mean, after that, I imagine you would have overheard. That was the chat.
I don't think I overheard anything. I think this probably happened while I was talking to Iku.
Oh,
And then I
well, Jeff
saw
said you
you
saw
put-
me with the mask.
Well, that, I saw you put the
Oh,
mask
yeah.
on. But
It is
that's
a
more
big,
just-
obnoxious mask. It's hard to miss.
Yeah, but I don't think I actually overheard your conversation.
Yeah, and I guess after you say it's more haunting, I'll just be like, well, with a little work, we'll make it look a little better. So, but again, thank you, and hopefully next time I'm not the one dying.
Once Iku and I finish our tea, I'll get up and walk over to them. And I'll just say, so Iku told me this soul jar is, or this essence in this jar is of her friend, Sajan Baza. She's a guardian Naga. And obviously she's where she told us to go, or Lunga. I personally want to go over and return this to her. What do you guys think? my guardian nagas are good, generally.
Where?
I mean, if Iku has a strong desire to return her, that at least gives me some confidence in doing it.
Yes, we see that, Jeff.
Yeah, she said it's a good friend of hers, so I mean that's more than enough for me, honestly. But
I mean, do
if
we
you
have
guys
the
want to go somewhere else?
do we have the supplies? We only planned for a set amount of there and back.
I think we're good
And
on
what-
food and water.
Iku, how long is the trek to Orlunga?
Or-
Just to get there? Let alone anything else we need to do there?
It would be
Like a week?
4 days of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of a leisurely walk.
You know
do
what's
think
there?
We can get there with our current supplies?
I would think so, especially if I and or Kalia started summoning food.
You guys can do that.
Or if we started hunting. Another option.
Do you know what's in Orlunga? Like, obviously we knew this was a nightmare, and that's what we signed up for. Are we going to another nightmare, or are we just going to more Woods of Chult?
So Iku stands up and starts walking towards the edge of the plateau. And says, "Come with me." And then she gets to the edge and points. And there in the distance, you see this. Far away.
We need a jungle ziggurat. I like. What is that symbol?
Like a fish. It's probably a naga. With a tied tail.
Because there lies the domain of
Okay.
Saja and Bazi.
A fish cut in half?
Bones in the background too.
What looks like a fish cut in half?
A
Yeah,
dragon?
those bones don't inspire confidence.
That's fine.
She
I
looks
feel
like
like
there's
they're
many
both-
things. Many things die in many places in this jungle.
And I'm one of them.
And Kai, just think about all the people and things that died in Waterdeep.
I was still almost one of them.
So was I.
It's sounding like you all need to be a little more careful on your adventures.
Listen,
It's fine. We left behind the guy that kept blowing us up.
if that...
That's true.
That sounds like a good person to leave behind.
He's running the bar.
he had his uses. He
Don't ask
rarely
the
got
rogue
hit.
to control their magic. It never ends well.
That is not something they are known for.
Well, I mean, if you think we can make it with our current supplies, and we can either hunt or you and Kelia can create food and water, I feel like it'll be a good detour before we head back.
Also,
And she
not to
sort of
put...
leans close a little bit and it's like, well, we'll let you in on a little secret that most of us guides have.
Yeah.
Our intro trips often are excuses for us to be able to get out of it in case you all are incompetent.
And what do you think?
She looks around at the gigantic tree and the settled crater in the ground and goes, I think that you all have proved yourself adequately.
Great. I mean, what do you guys think?
So
What do you
I'm just gonna throw it out there. We do potentially maybe sort of have a very, very powerful red wizard dragon that has a specific mission for us to go somewhere that might not like a detour, I'm good with whatever. I just sort of want to throw that out to make sure we're aware of that.
I mean, we can still hit that on the way back anyway.
I mean, he didn't give, as long as he did, he give us a timeline? Grim,
I
did he
remember
tell
doing-
you talked to him?
Jeff, did he give us a timeline? I don't
There
remember.
was no timeline,
There was no timeline.
none provided.
Cool.
He
So
just
we
told us to do it. So
just do it before we die, which,
yeah.
or we
So
die.
we can do that. So we can do that either after the port, before the port, anytime really.
That could be the last thing we do before we leave Chult. I mean,
If anything, this is his fault. He just kind of gave us an open-ended thing.
agree.
Yep. Also, I've now immortalized whatever this little Orlonga doodle is in my notebook.
It looks like a fish cut in half, sort of. The thing that's throwing me is,
Is the tie tail
yeah.
like a bow wrapped around it like a present?
That's what. Are you gonna look up what it is, Jeffrey?
Can't
I'm seeing if it's what I think it is.
Oh wait. Oh,
It's
that's
kinda-
good. That's a good
It's-
drawing of it.
Yeah, that's a. Oh
Much
yeah,
better than I could do.
she's a solid artist. Don't you see all her
No, I
fucking maps
Oh,
and
that's
shit?
good.
You can use my
Oh shit, that's a good one.
Yeah, she's fucking awesome. Yeah, it's fantastic.
That's beautiful.
Ah. Honestly, it looks like an oven mitt.
Yeah. I think
Like
that-
the front half, I was looking at it, I was like, it looks like a shadow puppet thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like, what the fuck is this weird little squirrel? Is this the creepy eyes following us in the wood?
Yeah, that's the cat. Well,
Oh,
I guess-
speaking of which, you're gonna need to summon back your cat, and he is
Apologize profusely. Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing good, but the look he gave me before he went away, it's
um,
I'm gonna have to
What'd
owe
you do?
him a lot of stuff.
once you give him that, once you give somebody that look, it's the same thing happened to you.
I feel like we had a good connection though,
I guess.
and so if we see a river along the way, I'm gonna have to catch some fish for him, even though he probably won't eat it. But I told him I would anyway.
Well, if we're on agreement, then yeah, you can live. If you're up for it, we'll go to Orlunga. Orlunga.
Oralunga, Oralunga.
Sure.
Was there anything
Orlunga.
else in the above table? Anything else in the bag that we said we were gonna look at?
No, I think we actually looked at everything.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
It's less about looking and more just like divvying, and Kalia would really like that helmet.
I mean, you're the only one who really can use it, so yeah. I don't care. I honestly don't care about that or the armor. I can't use either.
I think I technically can use it, but no.
Jeff, is that an item or?
It's not. It's
I
not
have to, like,
attunement. I
add
know
it.
that. Yeah, it's under magic items. Helm of Echoing Resolve.
Not there. In this campaign. Got a picture.
Hmm.
Sorry, I made it up. You have to add it yourself.
Tease up. What kind of off-brand goldfish are those?
Go fish.
Kids Crunch.
Off-brand Captain Crunch.
Mm-hmm. Not even Major Crunch? Like, come
No,
on.
I'm out
That's
of
a
gold.
good promotion.
I'm out of goldfish. And every fucking snack in this house.
So you're stealing your son's food.
Makes sense.
Yep, parenthood.
People these days. Oh yeah, before we all log off, we have to talk about Comic-Con, but that can be later.
Okay.
So, after pointing out Orlunga to you all, Iku will guide you all back to the fire. And now you all have a chance to do any further talking you would like, or to chat, to have some tea, pack up, attune, anything else you want. Otherwise, it will be gathering yourselves and heading out.
If we're all
I'll
gathered
push.
around,
Okay.
I'll sort of be like, so when I died,
Uh-huh.
I think I saw the person that's been sort of pulling the strings in the background. I'm gonna minor illusion what I saw as that figure robed in purple that you told me about when I died.
Okay.
I'm mainly looking to see if EQ reacts at all. Because the description you gave me was figure robed in purple. So I don't know if there's any other actual details.
Is it all the description I gave you?
You said there is a figure robed in purple.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if I saw anything or if I'm literally minor illusioning like a black silhouette with purple.
You're just doing an Organization 13 member from Kingdom Hearts. Basically, it's just a dude with a robe on.
Roll. Would this be history? Or would this just be wisdom for a memory check?
I feel like if it's memory, that would be intelligence.
History would be
Since
fantastic.
that's what history is.
Mm-hmm. Just do an intelligence check then.
Okay. And
So, unfortunately, the figure just looks like someone with a vaguely hidden face. You can tell they have some sort of something resembling a crown, robed in purple, but you can't see their face or any other real details aside from the fact that they do have a spell book.
okay.
And they have a staff that you also do not recall the exact details of. So on the staff, you just have the symbol that
Is on
has
my
been
chest.
put in. Mm-hmm.
What's the symbol?
The diamond with the two lines.
Okay.
And is it just a purple robe, like nothing, no sort of design, just plain purple? I know I rolled 10, but you know, I'm grasping here.
It's fairly ornate. Also looks like it has aged some. But other than that, the details that you remember from the other side of the Veil of Life and were given are sparse.
So that shows up. This was the person thing that I believe, or I guess that I can only imagine or believe is our enemy and what's causing all these issues here in Chult. Iku, do you know does any of this look familiar from what this is?
And she'd sort of squint in and try to like walk around it a little bit. Well, this symbol looks a little familiar, as I'm sure you know. But I I'm afraid there is not quite enough to go off of here. It could be... Frankly, purple robes do not give away a lot. This jungle has many folk who think highly of themselves. It is not, however, Rassen C, the Yanti warlord who has caused the undead problem on this island. Peninsula.
Something.
What was the name? Sorry.
Rassen C, which I'll spell it.
Probably the other.
Oh, yeah, we've gotten that name before.
Yeah. You have heard this name
Believed
a few times.
believed to be one of the other generals. By me.
Believed to, yes.
Alright, that's all I have. Walk through a hot jump.
I'm gonna try and find or talk to Kalia alone. And I'm gonna ask her, Kalia, have you ever done that kind of magic before?
Why does everybody feel like they need to ask me this?
To be
No.
fair, I just
No,
wanted
I
to ask you
haven't.
what it was like. I've never seen that kind of magic before. What was it like to do it?
Honestly, it was terrifying. But really good at the same time? I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, I was dead.
Like, I just felt like all this warmth flooded from me to the diamond to Kai. But all I could think about was, what if it didn't work?
Did it feel like Lathander kind of
I mean, yeah, it
allowing
felt...
you to do it? Like normal magic, like the normal magic you do, or did it feel different?
It just felt more, like more potent. I don't know. Like, just healing has a warmth, a bubble, a strength. This was just more intense.
Okay. I mean, it was very impressive.
To be fair, the restoration felt even weirder. Never done that before either.
Oh, I know you've restored, but I didn't. That's true. I don't think you've ever done.
That was my first ever 5th level spellcast, I think.
I think you did.
And I was just like, oh yeah, boop.
Dang.
And for the briefest of moments as you all are talking, the leaves in the tree above you rustle, and a single beam of light goes down onto the back of Kalia's armor and absolutely blinds Iku. Just, ah!
This is why I like nature. Trees don't blind. Wow. That's it. It's just very impressive. I know I could never do anything like that.
I mean, sure you could. Just devote yourself wholly and completely to a deity and maybe they'll talk to you.
I mean...
He's like, or I could not.
It's more of... I worship... As you know, I started a kind of worship, or at least pray to the Platinum Dragon more so. But I don't honestly think that worshiping them like you do for Lathander is my calling.
Fair. It's not for everybody. It's not exactly a glorious life.
I mean, you don't really see me living the glorious life right now either. And Kai's dead, so
Yeah, undead.
yeah. So none of us are really living that glorious life here. But we're living it together. And that's the only way we'll get through.
Well, very well spoken, Grim.
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were being eavesdropped here.
Oh, Iku's always around and listening.
Kai's
And if you're done, go pack your bags.
Let's see what we did this
We've
whole
been
time.
walking.
Okay,
Oh,
that's it. We're walking then. We were just standing around while Kai's just off on his own, just waiting for us and Iku's eavesdropping.
That is probably very accurate. I's probably using his shield to look at his face again.
It's so deep. Why?
What he's making, because his eyes, one of his left eye's all white, but he can see just fine out of it, so he's super confused. He's doing like the whole eye doctor thing of making sure the other eye is still fine.
I was only ever known for my pretty face and all that.
All right, as everyone puts the final things in their bags, kicks out the fire as it's still morning. The golden sun is fully over the horizon. You look to the west. Sun behind you, the shadow of your pillar stretching. It seems like all the way to Orlanga where you have to go. Iku sort of lets out a sigh. Then you see her crouch down and inscribe a small symbol in the dirt. And she puts the 2 fingers to her forehead, puts her palm flat, says, "Now all that have died and been tortured here can finally rest."
Is that a symbol of your god? Actually, would I know that just seeing it?
How much research on
I know I read about the gods.
koalas?
I don't
Yeah,
know
but
about
yeah,
I can roll if you want, or you can just tell me.
go for it.
I know.
All right. You would know that this is in fact the symbol of Quetzalcoatl, the long dead god of coatls.
Okay.
It's spelled like the Aztecs would spell.
Q-U-E Quaddle. A lot of letters, a lot of vowels.
A lot of Q's, lots of Z's, lots of random X's in places you wouldn't expect them. It's like, what?
Pretty sure they used a number on one of the letters too.
If you look at her symbol, it's pretty poorly done, but, you know, it's a fairly complex symbol all told.
Not everybody can be the artist like Kalia.
Mm-hmm.
I had colored in my funny little doodle.
Yes.
No, I'm gonna show it. Cameras don't like me.
You can take a picture of this if you want.
I broke something, then I fixed it. We're good.
Sweet.
All right, so you will take your first steps off the plateau back down the path that just a day ago you had climbed, ready for a fight. The tall gate walls have cracked and crumbled a little bit, but there is still a sea of skulls. So, wading through those, you emerge on the other side and see the trail down. And take your deep breaths as the weight of danger in the jungle descend back upon your shoulders. And then with a clatter, well, with a clatter of Kalia's armor, you will proceed down the path and begin the journey 5 days west to Oralunga. All right, so back to our traveling. What pace would you all like to set? Slow and cautious, normal and balanced, or fast?
Probably normal and balanced.
That's what I would have said.
I don't think we're trying to rush there. I don't really much of a need to rush there.
Well, we just went through fucking hell. I don't think we're in any rush to get into a temple with a giant fucking skeleton behind it.
We should probably take it slow.
Low or normal?
Yeah, slow and steady or normal and balanced?
Honestly, let's go slow for just a little bit.
Low for a day?
So slow until we're out of Mabala and then normal?
Get our bearings?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm cool with that.
Get our bearings, take a rest.
We'll go slow until we're out of Mabala, I guess, then. And then we'll start to pick up the pace to normal.
All right. So, Iku will guide you, I assume?
Yup.
All right, I'm rolling for her.
Legitimately her job.
Yep. She will have advantage because you are going slow.
Wasn't she already getting advantage anyway?
Yeah, so it doesn't really. Okay. All right, and what is everybody else doing?
I'm gonna look for any shortcut paths.
Whoa!
It's never worked, but I'm gonna do it.
Let's see that roll then.
Never worked once. Fuck it, let's do survival. Survival. It's the same exact roll. Yep. That's about right.
Going great.
I've never passed this roll.
Has the forest changed at all? The appearance? since we killed the hag?
Roll nature.
Probably not much. We also killed a life-giving tree.
We didn't do anything. 21.
It's a group effort.
It was a group effort for you to burn the tree down.
EQ's the one.
It's the tree murderer.
EQ destroyed it, okay? The nature guy
Sure.
destroyed it. She's the one who got the last hit.
I still feel horrible about it.
I feel like she
It's
should have
okay,
known better.
Ethan.
That's all I'm saying.
We all,
That's what I get for listening to you in
we all
combat
made
situations.
we all make mistakes. Like Kai didn't tell us not to do it, so really it's his fault.
I think I was like within 40 or 50 feet of you.
Could have yelled.
So, as you look around, Kai, it's not immediate night and day difference. Things that you notice are a number of new buds. Little tiny sprigs of new grass and plants are poking through some of the old, matted, dead forest floor. And especially noticed as you go through the old village, there's a few large roots that have just plowed through some of the sites that you remember being very evil and disconcerting on your previous visit.
As if they were from the big tree? Like, as if...
That's what you would guess.
Okay.
Pour me a little bit of water. Please.
Only because you made me sit down first.
Oh, you were fast.
Uh-huh. Sure, Jeff.
Uh-huh. Want to give me water too? If I murdered everyone, it was her.
I mean, it'll be on camera.
No, Jeff. It'd be a group effort, okay?
And to be fair, Robin's camera perspective is much wider. We'd be able to see we'd be able to see her creeping up on you before you could.
That's true.
This is root beer.
I will beat you over the head with your not root beer bottle.
Take it back. No tip for you.
I'm gonna look back at this notebook in like 6 months and go, why the fuck is there a weird little doodle in the corner?
No, we'll know by then.
That's the soulmonger.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the symbol of the soul this whole time.
Makes sense.
It's just this cute little animal.
The
They're
symbol.
always the most evil.
One of you thinks that they might have seen it.
Not me.
Oh, is that the Chester cat?
No.
Oh.
You
You saw it when you were dead. You just don't remember. As in Grant doesn't remember.
You and your crappy memory of death.
You know.
Alright, kid, let's kill him again. Maybe he'll remember more.
He said we weren't allowed to do any experiments.
It's not experimenting. Practicing.
It's just murder.
It's just practicing. I actually like that mindset better.
Kalia and Kai, what are you doing for the walk?
Keeping an eye out for shit to try and follow us.
Follow you specifically? All right.
Just looking for the cat now.
Huh? I'm gonna say I'm just looking around for those, like the animals that had the stone in their head. Because
That's a
the
high
whole-
number.
That's very high. Because we believed the whole time that it was the hag controlling them, so I just want to see if they're still around, or if we're just gonna see a bunch of, I guess they just disappeared to nothing, right? That wasn't even ash. It was just when we killed those creatures, they just became nothing. Correct, Jeffrey?
No, the crystals in their head became nothing.
But the so yeah, so really I want to see if there's just a bunch of dead fucking creatures all over the floor.
Oh, I hope there's not more nasty T-Rexes. Or, do we know what a T-Rex is?
Seems so. We did see I think we saw a dinosaur in
You probably would have seen there were a number of them in Port Nyanzuru.
There were some in the fucking Colosseum.
Dinosaurs.
The execution, there were dinosaurs in that thing.
Yeah, but I don't think they were T-Rexes.
Hmm.
So
Jeff can put
Haley
one
was
in
just
there.
be like, I hope there's no more corpse vomiting dinosaurs running around.
Meh. We had a day to rest.
Still not pleasant. I got eaten.
All right. Iku would sort of yell back over her shoulder. We're pretty far from most undead infestations over here. We're about as far west in Chult as you can get.
Oh,
And
yeah,
we're working
they're
our
all-
way farther.
They're all on the far right side, where Ross Sneed is, right? Isn't he like the undead king or something?
Yes, as you get closer to his hometown.
Mesro? All right.
No, he is from...
That was Mesro. Oh, actually,
Mesro is the city that he used to guard and has left.
okay. That's what it is.
It is on another plane now. Wait, is that right?
I don't think we know where he actually came from.
Yes,
Was it like a
she
Brahmin?
does, but she
Oh,
doesn't know if she
uh,
trusts you enough yet.
I was just saying, sorry, when I said we had, I kind of more meant just us three.
Gotcha.
I don't know what Iku knows. I don't count her.
Mm-hmm. 8 perception. You don't... Once you start looking for it, you don't need a lot to follow the sickly sweet smell of rot. As yes, there are a number of dead animals, whose magic animating them has since ended. However, even with an 8, you would see the signs of real animals returning, both drawn by these corpses and the empty territory. Especially as you get farther out towards the borders of Umbala.
Yep. Alright. Good to know. Kalia sees everything.
Like normal.
Indeed. As you're going along, Kalia, throughout the day, there are 2 things that you would notice back behind you. The first is that in your path west, you would see flitting, flying shapes up on top of the plateau that you just left. Now strongly arching over the whole valley is the large tree, but you see what looks like bird people, and you would be familiar with Arakocras. It looks like a number of Arakocras are landing and flying away and landing back on the plateau. Then the other thing you would see as it gets later in the day and you will keep walking, carefully picking your way through is way in the distance behind you. For just an instant, you think you see two large eyes roll open and a grin stretch across.
Awesome.
Kelly's just looking back at it like, I don't know if I want to yell at it to show itself or if I'm happy with it staying the fuck away.
Even though Kai can't see it, he just sees Kalia constantly looking behind him. He's just gonna start walking backwards in a sense.
It starts making everyone real paranoid, actually.
Maybe would not be the best idea to yell at it. I have no idea what it is.
Is this our little smiling jungle cat again?
Yep.
Sounds like a disbelieving parent.
That is most disconcerting. I have learned to trust Kalia's eyes. Fear not. No matter how tall the tail may be.
You just get a glare.
I have learned to trust that glare.
All right, so now I want one thing from everybody, and then one thing from one person.
Oh god. Just don't be the one roll. Make it anything.
Everybody rolls stealth. Just because you're going careful.
It's also a bad roll.
A general measure. Oh my.
Love it.
You're one bad roll. Oh, besides the last survival.
Oh, I never roll well on survival. For anytime I look for the hidden paths, I always roll low. What were you saying, Jeff?
I said that's not good.
No, I thought you were saying before that.
Oh no, I need everyone to roll stealth and then we'll find out.
There's no way for me to like cheese. Oh, Jesus Christ. There's no way for me to like cheese this where I could like, because we're moving, so I can't like pull out Jungle's Bite, stop, roll stealth, and then you'll let me continue it with advantage forever.
Because this isn't like
I know.
stealth. This is like how quietly are you all walking?
Jesus, that took a fucking. That was everywhere.
EQ EQ at least rolled well.
Okay.
It's just middle of it. Kayla and I are just walking. We didn't even try to hide.
You guys didn't know we were stalling.
Like pretty solid 9.5 average.
Damn.
Yep.
A little bit higher.
All
We could have
right.
gotten that 10.
All right, so now I need one person to roll that D100.
Robin, you're up.
Yeah. I think I rolled the last one. You're up. Yay.
38.
Ah, good or bad? No, it is.
Well, he either went under 50 or he's doing evens and odds.
We don't know what's good on the evens or odds anyway.
Yeah. Or he's doing Jeff's thing. But no matter what we rolled, we're gonna fight a dragon.
Could have been a 0, could have been a 100.
His smirk.
Either way,
The smirk
just
when I
fight
said
it.
that.
Yeah, the red dragon found us.
Oh no, you rolled this.
He actually did give us a timeline. He just didn't tell us.
Yeah. You guys had 2 days. It's been a week.
It's a 4-day journey, but you had 2 days since I told you.
Time to die. You want to roll initiative or some level 20 Redwood? Been fun.
All right. So, shortly after your lunch stop, you all are walking along. And then, as you're trooping along as normal, Iku comes up short and ducks behind a tree. Just off the side of the path that you had sort of been forcing through the trees. What do you all do? As she puts a hand up to her lips and says, "Someone's ahead."
Guess I'll just stop and just try to find something to hide behind.
I was like, yeah,
If
I'll
she-
pull
if
out
she dipped
Jung-
and
I'll
required
pull
us.
it. Jungle's bite, and then duck and hide.
I mean, yeah, I'd try to pull off to the side and look ahead and see if I can see who or what. Who's up ahead of us?
All right, everyone who is trying to stop and look then, let's get some perception.
If I stopped in stealth, do you want me to roll stealth?
Yeah, that's when you'll need that, because this is actually hiding.
22.
Need to roll anything?
What are you? Oh, Iku?
No, yeah, Iku. Does she need to roll
Nah.
anything? Okay.
No, she's fine for now. All right, that's pretty good. Pretty good. And okay. Okay. All right. So, where's my- there it is. You all stop and duck behind trees. Then, as the beats of the forest continue, the bugs chirping and buzzing, distant sounds of who knows what crashing and rumbling, the swishing of branches on leaves. Kalia sort of peeks around the root that she's at, and Grim also sort of slides to the side of his tree. And Kai proceeds to duck into something and go somewhere. But there, only Kalia would see them. But about 50 to 75 feet through some of the brush is a short, stocky figure in what looks like woven robes made of a series of vines hanging down and wound about. And they have a staff with a glint of metal at the top. And Kayla, you grew up among Dwarven City, right?
I don't think it was a like particularly dwarven establishment, no.
Okay. Then you would notice that whoever it is humming a tune. It seems to have repeated loud and heavy beats in it.
Do they seem...
And they're just walking in, not quite directly towards you, but in your direction.
Do they... I mean, they're walking along humming. They don't seem like they're particularly hostile. Do they have a gauntlet, by any chance?
With a 16 among all the robes, you don't see the glint of metal, but
Okay.
you cannot say no without doubt.
They don't look like any of the missing people we're supposed to be keeping an eye out for either, do they?
No, it does not look like Artis or Dragonbait. What are you all doing? Grim, you don't see much.
I mean, is anybody next to me where I'm hiding?
I'd say all of you are pretty close to each other if you wanted to have light whispered conversations. But there's not a huge amount of time.
Kalia, what do you see? I see nothing. I don't even see a guy.
Some big stocky dude. But he's like humming?
That's weird.
So he might be chill?
You just hear from the shadows. Are we going to kill him?
Iku, what do you think, Iku? Do you think, do you know anything about how this guy is dressed?
He could sort of whisper of her. Their clothes are made of vines. I'm not quite sure what to do with that.
Should I just disguise us all looking like this guy?
You can.
I don't think so.
Okay. I can step out and talk to him. See
Or we
what's
can just
up.
let him go by. It just depends if we care.
Okay. I mean, if you don't want
Grim and
to.
Kalia, give me a stealth check.
Guess I'm talking after all.
Well, not since you're talking, but just since.
No, sorry. I meant the him.
Yay, Robin!
Consistency! Woo!
Hey. That's all you can hope for.
Kalia, you look up your tree for a moment, and you see a snake
Oh, God.
wound about it, looking down at you. Not a big snake, a little snake actually. And then it cocks its head, and then turns and slithers back up the tree.
And I'll just be like, well, shit.
And then out in the woods, you'd be able to see the person thud their staff. And with your passive, you would notice that some of the trees and leaves rustle in time to that thud. And then you'd hear calling out, "Well, I see that there's a dwarf about."
No, there's not.
I'm gonna. You're saying no, there's not. I'm gonna step out.
Oh, come now, Rishi doesn't lie.
Hi.
Oh,
We.
there's a dragonborn about too.
Yeah, I'm just on my way to a temple in the west.
And there in front of you, you see, clad in clothes that look almost entirely homemade and made out of trees and vines, a stocky. The female dwarfs have beards, Robin?
Depends if they want to.
Kalia does.
Mm-hmm. With a super frazzled beard and rough hide and lizard skin wrapped about their limbs and torso. A frazzled, weathered old dwarven woman holding a staff, and you see the staff is a large gnarled branch of wood that looks like it almost has roots wrapping around the handle of a hammer. And the hammer emerges from the top. You also see that one of their arms and one of their legs is made entirely of woven wood that flexes and moves as they move it.
It's dope.
And they stop and look at you. Go ahead.
My name is Grim. What might your name be, ma'am?
They let out a little creaky bow and come back up and go, I am a Keely vine cutter. And the creatures of this wood appear to be getting more and more odd with every day if we are finding the likes of you roaming about.
Oh, I don't particularly live in Chult, but I'm just here for personal reasons. There's a lot of temples and ruins here that I've come to try to explore. And other reasons.
Noble pursuits, but you must learn to enjoy the journey, for the trees in the jungle will take all ruins, and they are the true adventure. But first, you are coming from Mbala, yes?
That's correct.
What has happened here? And they like flare their nostrils, like smell that the death is gone.
Well, that Nanny Poo Poo has been dealt with, and in her in the place of the area that she once called her lair, a mighty wondrous tree has grown, and I think life is starting to come back to this once desolate place filled with death.
Oh, this is good news, good news. A new dawn for the jungle. Were you the ones who murdered, killed, removed the nanny?
Yes.
You say hang
I
on.
would.
How do you do that? Sorry, technical difficulties. Can you hear Robin?
No, we thought because
Oh, okay.
both you just muted. I
She
mean,
can hear us apparently.
Grant, you're muted if you're saying something.
oh yeah, my bad. No, but both of you were talking because I know Jeff, you have pushed to talk. So I was like, oh, something happened. They're just having a conversation.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Discord like closed itself, and I clicked on the shortcut, and it was like, Discord.exe does not exist. And I'm like, what?
Interesting.
I can hear Tig.
That's perfect then.
That's all you need.
Yes.
So you
to the
said
question.
yes.
I was gonna say more, and I was like, wait, shit, what was the question? Yes. So, I like to think of it as purifying the area of an evil that has plagued it for too long.
She nods and says, very true. I think you may be part of the reason that this jungle is rustling for the first time in a while. Which, I'm just glad it's not me.
Do you live in the jungles?
Oh yes, I live in the jungle. The jungle lives in me. As it does.
If I may, how long have you lived here for?
See them tilt their head up. How long ago did Rakamar get evacuated? The answer is a long ass time ago.
Just say I knew that.
Mm-hmm. You probably would have.
That is a very long time. You must know
Probably
a
like
lot
100
of
years.
You must know a lot of the hidden areas in this jungle and unique areas.
I have roamed north, south, east, west, answering the call. For the jungle always talks, always has something to say.
So are you on your way to Mabala after what has happened?
That is where I am being called. But if you all are the ones who freed this section of the forest, then I believe I have something for you.
I'm gonna kind of look over towards where Kalia is and just kind of like give a little nod, telling her I think it's okay to come out.
Is Iku hiding still? No, I am.
Iku's still behind a tree, yeah. And seeing everyone come out, Iku would also reveal herself.
I was just telling Kalia I have no idea where Kai is.
Kai's still hiding.
Yeah.
Well, I honestly can't see you, so I have no idea where you are.
One sec. But this was a thing. Okay. Anyway. So as everyone steps out, Akili would just sort of give more creaky bows to everyone who emerges. And says, "You must be truly sweating in that armor. I buried mine underneath a tree. Oh, back when my knees creaked less."
I have no idea what you're saying. Robin.
After a while, you kind of just get used to the chafing. It's fine.
Build up calluses, just where you shouldn't have calluses.
Ew.
Just like the worst perma rash, like on the side of the ribs and like all around the legs, all the like weird joints in the armor. It's just like, oh.
Yeah, specifically just bought ointment just for this.
Pounds of it.
Kalia just rolls herself in baby powder every morning with the vague hope of not chafing.
Maybe today will be the day.
Keely then goes, "Well, since you said you were heading to a temple in the west, hmm?
Yes. Onolunga.
Ah, more seekers of the Naga's wisdom.
Honestly, we're actually there. We're going to return something.
Hmm? Everyone has questions for the Naga. And if you don't, you're a fool."
I'll take your word for it about that. We honestly just found out. I mean, our guide knew about the Naga, but we just found out about today.
And I'm sure you have questions about this jungle that the Naga can answer.
You would be correct. We're here to accomplish something.
There. And Akili looks very self-satisfied and crosses her real and wooden arms.
You're very wise. You're very wise for noticing that. And I'm not being presumptuous or anything. I was being honest.
The jungle has no time for presumptuous. You are either wise at my age in this jungle, or you are dead.
That's fair.
And the trees do enjoy the dead. Unless they're moving. Then nobody enjoys them.
And to deal with that.
Well, unless you all have any more questions for me, I will impart upon you a small gift. And then I will be on my way.
I don't have any questions. Any more questions, at least. You, Kalia?
Kalia's good.
I'll see Kyle pop out if he wants to ask a question. No. Because none of us have questions.
All right. So, then Akili does two things. One, she picks up a little ball of mud and squishes it around in her hands, and then lays it and rolls it out on the floor. And then a brief, violent motion swings her staff with the hammer around and smashes it into the mud. There's a little, as predictably, mud flies everywhere. But then, as she moves the hammer away and reaches down and picks it up, there is what looks like a metal arrowhead without the way to mount it to an arrow. And then she sort of blows on it and it floats over, probably be closest to Grim, and lands in his hand. And you see it immediately act as a compass point.
Wow.
And she says, "This is a little trick I picked up, and it will show you the quickest, fastest way to Orlanga.
Wonder if that's because I fucked up this finding of.
You just needed a 10. Just needed a 10. Then you got a 9. That's amazing. Thank you.
She goes, yes, I know. Took me very long to learn this one.
I can only imagine. We're very grateful for this. And don't worry, even while using this, make sure to appreciate the nature around us.
Well, since you seem to be a reasonable fellow, and because I thoroughly enjoy seeing how people deal with this,
Cool.
you may also have this. And you see her pull out a tiny little fine feather. And she brushes it across your forehead real fast.
Okay. Did I lean down for this?
Oh no, she can reach up. Like she's 5.5, 4 to 5 feet tall.
Oh.
It's not a gnome who's 2.5 feet tall.
Oh, I know, but I'm like 6 feet or something.
Yeah, you can. Your arms are that
I'm
long.
like 6'5", so I wasn't sure she jumped and swiped.
Her wooden leg just extended her leg. Yeah.
She became
Go
a
get your arms
Go
extended.
get your leg.
He's on one stilt.
But then you have a very odd feeling of being not in two places at once, but being 2 times at once. And you realize that one of your eyes is looking about 6 to 10 seconds into the future.
Oh, this is trippy. I'm gonna have to get used to this one. That's...
Damn, she's a high-level caster.
I've never heard of this before.
Oh, have fun. You get to do that for 8 hours.
I don't know what it is.
It's foresight.
Cool. Got like a weird cross-eye thing going on here.
Mm-hmm. And seeing your confusion as you look around a little bit. In one eye, you see her throw a rock at you.
Okay.
And then 6 seconds later, she throws a rock at you.
Oh,
But
shit.
since you knew it was coming, you're able to dodge out of the way. But it still feels very odd. You sort of stumble a little bit, and McKeely finds this very, very entertaining.
Oh my god, did you let me see the future? At least a bit?
You get to see what's... She points at her left eye. What's left of the future. And then she lets out a bellowing laugh. You see her put her hand up in the air, and the tiny little green snake that had been peeking down at you falls out of the branches and goes right into her sleeve. And then she puts her hand back on her staff and says, well, you all have a good day. And you have a good day twice. And she starts plodding back towards Mbala.
Good luck on your journeys. Thank you.
She goes, you all as well. I hope to hear about every other problem in this jungle that you have solved.
It's a 9th level?
I hope to be able to help. I hope that we can help more problems.
Jesus.
Find the Path's a 6th level spell, which is what she
Yeah.
cast on that little compass needle we have.
That's what Grant lost. I don't get him. I'll look to Iku. I'll say, do you want me to hold on to this, or do you want to use it since you're kind of leading us?
She goes, I can take it. It will probably speed up our progress a rather significant amount.
I'll hand it to her.
She goes, well, shall we be off? Or do we need Kai again?
He'll fit. I'm pretty sure he's close by.
He'll find us.
I'm just wait. Once the dwarf leaves, I'll pop out.
There he is.
He just like, you turn away and turn back and there he is.
He knows when he's being summoned.
Yeah, you just call my name and yeah.
Say my name, say my name.
Tell me how.
And unless there's anything else, you all continue your journey.
I'm just getting used to being able to see 6 seconds in the future.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So do we have a
Continue.
sense of how long this compass is going to last? Is this like a boon for the day, or?
You don't really have a sense. You know that the normal spell is what, like a whole day? 24 hours, I think?
Yeah, concentration up to a day.
So it's probably reasonable to assume it would last about 24 hours.
Okay.
Do you continue at the same cautious pace?
With these boons, I think we can go a little faster. Go at the normal
Normal balance.
measured pace.
And knowing that those two would have to stealth again.
At least I get advantage.
It's been a waste.
So I can fail it twice.
Yeah, normal pace.
All right.
It's fine. Grimble knows 6 seconds before we die that we're all about to die.
Yeah. At
Well,
least
we
everybody
need-
else will be surprised. I won't.
Although, can't you already not be surprised?
No, I can. That was a different stuff.
Yeah, that staff has been replaced. All right. In that case, I will roll for Well, I don't need to roll for navigation again. It's basically assumed it's a victory. Is for the last third, a little more of the day. Is there anything? Are you all changing up your rolls at all?
I feel like there's no point in trying to find a shortcut.
Nope. You have something telling you the direct, fastest way.
Are we still are we outside of Mabal now, or are we still in it? Like in the zone that?
I would say you are probably on the border of the edge, about to leave it. Let's see, where's my map?
I kind of figured that out. I just have to keep an eye out on stuff, on anything that may try and jump out.
Okay. And if you're looking out, let's see perception.
10.
Yeah.
So I'll probably do the same since I've noticed all the animals are pretty much dead. So I'll just look for, see if there's anything watching us, following us, or whatever.
Kaylee got you paranoid now too.
Oh yeah.
Me, not this island.
No, it sounds
No, because I
fine.
can't see anything. You're the one that sees everything.
Not bad, not bad.
I guess we're all just independently keeping eyes out for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna need you to roll like a, like a 34. It'll help
Roll
us
what you
out
did
a lot.
last time. That works too.
Basically.
Casual +9, baby.
And then I need one person to roll their D100 again.
Your turn, Grant.
$67.
Almost
Two
perfect
shy.
number.
I know, too shy.
All right. Okay. So you all make pretty good progress. And everyone but Grim is looking back behind, looking to see what's following. Then, suddenly, Grim, you see in the near future what looks like Iku walking straight into a tree, and then let me see about this real quick. And then you see yourself just stopping and staring. And then Kai sprinting off into the woods, and Kaylee looking back and forth and panicking.
Seeing that, I'll just tell Iku to stop. And just relay as much as I can within the 6 seconds I just saw it ahead of time.
She sort of would look at you and like, well, my eyes do work, but we can see.
I don't know. That was a weird one. I mean, Kai did something normal, but everybody else was. I wouldn't expect you to walk into a tree.
She would have advantage. Nature. She goes, well.
We roll like shit, Jeff.
No problem.
Following us here.
Yeah, assume it's up to everyone now, though. Like,
He needed her to get under 10 to let her run into a tree.
You really just wanted that tree.
Like it was just disadvantage. Just hope she got low enough.
as Iku sort of crouches and leans on her staff and peers forward into the trail, is anyone else doing anything?
Did he say that out loud, or did you really just say it to EQ?
I mean, I just said it out loud. I just
Yeah.
told it to Iku because what happened to her happened first,
Mm-hmm.
and she's leading us. I assume
You all are
everybody
close
knows.
enough that you can hear each other.
You're like, so I need to run away?
I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is Iku hit a tree. I just kind of look petrified. Kaylee is looking all around, and you just ran off into the woods.
Alright, so what if we just stop moving?
Well, that's why I told everybody to stop.
Mm-hmm. And now that you have stopped, you no longer see that.
Robin.
Okay. Do I see anything new or no?
As long as you all are standing still, you don't see anything out of the ordinary.
Just in case, I'll take out the wand and I'll just cast detect magic to see if there's anything weird magically happening in front of us, around us.
Aside from your friends, there is no distinct magic.
There doesn't seem to be anything magical. I mean, I guess if you want, I could try leading us, see if that changes anything.
You see Iku looking around, it's like, I don't really see anything that would be setting this off. We could try a different route, or we can go on through, or you could do as you say.
I mean,
I don't normally get to plan around the future.
this is all new to me too. I'll try just leading us with this and see if that changes anything.
As you see yourself starting to go forward again, and you see yourself grab your staff and take a swing right at Iku.
Do I need to roll for it? Or is that what I saw in the future?
This is what you see in the future
Okay.
if you keep walking forward.
Oh, that's not a good one, Niku.
She looks at you very confused. What?
Apparently, I would swing a staff at you. I mean, nothing will probably happen because I'll probably miss, but either way, rather not have that happen.
Oh my.
Kalia, I hate to do this after what Kai just put him through, but can you summon Lucky and then send him forward? If not, I have another option.
You all can also look forward. No one has really done anything aside from.
I don't know what she's saying. I can't hear.
Sorry, I forgot I turned on push to talk because
Oh.
my mic was being super sensitive and just picking up everything that Jeff said. I'm just gonna walk forward and investigate. And tug that helmet a little closer to my head.
How far forward are you going? You know to where Grim is safe.
5 feet in front of Grim.
Oh crap, I'm gonna get a hammer to the side, aren't I?
Hey, I can get advantage on a wisdom save if I need it.
Yeah. Technically, I can get up too on this.
All right, as soon as you get 5 feet roughly in front of Grim, gonna need a wisdom save.
Well, I rolled a 2.
That is impressive. It can really only get worse, barely.
Does it feel like something is taking hold?
You all see Kalia sneeze and then roll a 1d10.
What I'm saying is, does it feel like I can activate my helmet or not?
Roll 1d10. You. Yes. You start to feel like your mind just disconnected. You don't quite know what's happening, and you find yourself reaching for your hammer.
Then I'll activate the helmet. See what happens.
Alright, does that give you...
It says I get to reroll a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, do that.
Wow.
Not the 20, 29.
Other end of the spectrum.
Yeah. Then you find yourself able to close your eyes, breathe out, and you slide your hammer back into its sheath. What do you do next?
Look around and see what is causing... I sneezed. Is there a plant, like, pumping out pollen somewhere
Fireball.
that's trying to eat us?
Are you perceptioning or naturing?
Perception. I'm looking for
Alright.
source, something out of place.
Hmm. So you are in a jungle and there are a number of plants. You look around and see a few flowers hanging down from the trees on the vine. There's some mushrooms growing along on the ground. There's a few little bushes that some have berries and some have tiny little red flowers. There's plants, grass.
I'm no good with nature, so...
Well, roll that anyway, unless you were doing something else with the rest of your turn.
Hey.
Hey!
My dad doesn't hate me today.
You think back to a long time ago when you had helped clean up the aftermath of the bust of one of the gang houses back in Waterdeep. And they had what they called, well, its name on the street was Fuddle. And basically, it was a type of mushroom that made whoever take it feel very happy, disconnected, and all around confused. And as you look down at those mushrooms again, you sort of recognize the spots.
Yeah, it's the mushrooms, guys.
Are you high on shrooms?
No.
Oh.
Kalia resisted for now, but we'll have to make more saves if
If
she stays
Kalia,
there.
covers her face with a cloth.
It is spores, they are very small. What are you trying to do?
I mean, the path is forward, right? So just kind of like... and run?
Okay.
Should we just hold our breath and run then?
You all see Kalia stop, point at the mushrooms, and go, "It's the mushrooms!" Then pull a scarf out across her face and just book it.
I was like, 'cause we can hold our breath for a decent time, right? Isn't it your
Yeah.
constitution or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's your modifier number of minutes.
So, 5 minutes. Kalia's just going.
I got 2 minutes. I'll chase after her.
I got 4. I'll go. And I guess Iku will come along with us. She has like
Mm-hmm.
something. Well, she got 3. She's good.
All right. So everyone holds their breath covers their noses, and darts through the spore cloud. Oh, just for fun, everyone make acrobatic or athletics checks to not bonk your knees on something and gasp or run into a tree or...
15.
Over here, wasting natural 20s. 26.
Also a 26.
All right.
Take at least you have foresight and have advantage.
Yeah,
Because it could have been a 1.
Yeah. All right then. Without issue, Grim sees everyone make it, and then 6 to 10 seconds later, everyone makes it.
I
As
knew
you
it
all-
would you guys.
Yeah. Dash madly through the woods for a little while before coming to a halt and letting out big gasps and just... Whew. And Kayla, you feel a few odd moments of fuzzy-eyed bliss as the effects of your few good mouthfuls that you resisted wear off a little bit.
Just like rub her face and look for her water skin and just chug.
All right. Good work.
Fucking shrooms, man.
There's only a few good ones.
I mean, those things go for a pretty penny bag of water, dude.
Oh, really?
Why don't we take them? You throw them in the
She's
back.
You're already
already.
loaded.
I'm sure Drawlin would mind coming here.
You
and
can
taking-
always and
Oh,
apparently they've been put through the ringer since we left, so I'm sure they could use money.
They're always put through the ringer, let's be real.
And Drawlin probably has blown through the money by now.
That sounds about right.
God help us if Verm came to say hi.
Well, he can make the money back.
No, you just take it with him.
All right then, everyone. With that, night approaches. We're back to our big old friendly map that we still has a T-Rex on it. Bang.
Woo!
And the sun begins to set, and you all have a decision. You've made pretty good progress today. Despite going slower in the morning, your speed in the afternoon. Especially a little sprint through the woods. I was able to put some significant distance in. Do you continue late through the night, or do you stop in for camp as the sun begins to set?
I don't think we trust going through the jungles at night.
I'd figure stop for camp. We have your dome.
He's still got a little bit of future sight. If he takes first watch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It does. Cool.
You put the
Plan.
dome up, put the alarm spell
Alright.
up. Oh,
Before I go to sleep, I'll start whittling away at the mask, just piece by piece, just a little bit with the dagger, since I don't have a wood carving kit.
And we actually should probably still have a good amount of time tomorrow morning using the compass that she gave us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it should be most of the day. 10? 15? I don't know. Doesn't
It's
really matter.
counting. It's
Okay.
done.
All right. So you all toss your bags and bedrolls down in the dome in your normal ritual that you've become used to in your time here in the jungles of Chult. May have only been like a week and a half, but it feels like a long time.
Yes, it has.
All right, you all chat about anything, or are you just putting together your watch order and hitting the hay?
I'm just reading the book until it's time for watch. My book until it's time for watch.
Can you read a book with foresight?
I don't know what does happen in that
Oh
situation.
god, that would hurt my
That would
brain.
hurt so much.
You find it very confusing and also very unfulfilling. Because every passage you read, you feel like you've already heard this information. Because you sort of have.
I'm being spoiled.
It's just constant deja vu for 4 hours straight.
I'm glad you don't read mystery novels because the whole thing would just lose all thrill.
Oh my gosh, it's just something researchy.
I'm just picturing it as like, you know how when you're trying to read and you're listening to something else and like your brain doesn't process any of the words?
Yeah.
You're 6 seconds ahead.
Or like you're reading and somebody's talking to you, and then you're like, and you reread the same line like 5 times. Like, cool.
Yeah,
Well,
or
that
you're
seems-
like getting tired, you're just like, that line, that line, that line.
Let's just close one eye. Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Just read with one eye for the whole time. You're just staring at your hand.
All right, so
I imagine-
what will... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Kai is gonna do some work on the mask, and then he'll fall asleep for his 4 hours until it's just time for his shift.
All right, so first watch is going to be Grim, I heard?
Yeah.
All right, so does that mean Kai's on second, or is there one in between there?
It's
Well,
usually
Kaylee's
yeah. It's usually Grim for 2, Kalia or Iku for 2, and then I take the last 4 because I only need 4.
All right. Sounds good then. Okay, first watch. As Grim is reading, let's get a perception check for keeping an eye on the jungle.
17.
All right. Okay. With a 17. So you all are pretty deep in the jungle. You've managed to escape the plains and marsh around Umbala. But there's still a small amount of stars that you can see. And at one point in the night, Grim, you look up and see a number of meteors streaking out of the sky. And it looks beautiful as the white streaks of light fly across the sky, some burning up and away. And then it gets a lot brighter as one of the flashes soars over you to the west, and somewhere off in the distance to the west you just hear a bit of a flash and crash.
Like when you say off in the west, like off in the direction that we're already heading?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
It's not like 100 feet into the jungle. It's like
No,
probably
I guess,
miles, but yeah.
that's what I was making sure. It's like if we are heading, it was in the same direction, like west, like we were already heading,
Mm-hmm.
not like southwest or anything like that.
Yeah.
All right. I'll make a note of that. Like write it down somewhere.
All right. But then for a lot of the night, you don't see much else of note. You see, as always, a few creatures in the woods, some larger things in the distance disturbing and rustling the trees. But otherwise, nothing that really warrants any attention. So your watch passes like that?
Right before I have to wake Kaylee up, I'll just silently say a prayer to Bahamut and just thank him for any help that he offered in bringing Kai back and keeping Kaylee safe, watching over them.
You say your prayer, and you know that Bahamut does not answer often, and he does not this time. But you're confident that the prayer is heard.
I'll just wake up Kaylee. Just tell her, besides a meteor crashing towards the west, nothing else happened. But it looked beautiful in the sky.
Alright, Kayla, you are woken up by Grim, who, as you look close, appears to have one of his eyes, was glowing, but it seems to be mostly faded by now.
I'm only seeing 2 seconds in the future now.
Mm-hmm.
It fritzes. I hope you don't have weird dreams.
Can't be weirder than any of the other dreams I've had coming here.
Pretty true. Alright, Kalia, for your watch, let's see a roll.
That's a shit roll.
Are you doing anything to pass the time?
Kelly is really just going to spend it in quiet contemplation.
Alright. You sit in your bubble of solitude and protection, hearing much the same as Grim did. The rustle, the occasional crash, the suddenly way too close screaming of some animal, the normal sounds of the jungle. And as you
I
look
really
out,
hate that some of these creatures' screams sound like people.
oh yeah, it's even worse because you don't even know what the creature is sometimes.
Probably most of the time.
Mm-hmm. Very true. You were a city girl. And now you're out here in a jungle in full plate, keeping watch over... You'd probably call them friends, but you'd probably also call them annoyances.
Friendly idiots.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take it.
Makes us fun.
And then you reflect back to your time sitting in a temple. And you probably think to yourself that you're a little happier here than you were polishing the candelabra for the 256th time.
But then I also think about how pleasant the temperatures were in Waterdeep, and I go, maybe I won't leave anytime soon again if I ever get back.
Was I hasty
Then-
in this decision?
Then you see a really big spider crawling up your greave.
Yeah, fuck that. Squish spider.
But you do not see anything to cause you alarm. Well,
Beyond a random clattering clankety clank as Kalia topples over sideways to squish a spider.
mhm.
You just hear, sorry, like from the ground.
And that wakes up Kai, which
And then, yes, it is Kai's watch.
Watch out for big spiders.
how big?
Kalia will hold up a hand, just be like, yeah, it's big, and it was on me, so,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I was just making sure that we weren't gonna fight like.
not puppy-sized spiders, but,
Well, even that was tame. What I was thinking. Okay. Yep. I'll keep a lookout for all size of spiders.
Good night.
Night.
All right, and then
Kalia spends like 10 minutes tossing and turning, thinks she has more spiders on her. That, like, lovely ghost bug feel.
the ghost itch.
I feel like Kaylee's gotten like so many new phobias coming to Chult.
Kaylee's like, man, fuck the jungle.
Mm.
What's the opposite of favorite terrain?
Hell.
True. All right.
Hell isn't the
Then,
hells. Hell is Chult.
yeah. Now, I presume Kai spends the rest of his watch whittling away at the mask and altering it and adjusting.
He will when he is fairly confident that that Kalia is finally asleep. He will minor illusion that figure that he saw again. And speaking to it, assuming that it always hears, will say, I'm still not strong enough to protect them. I never should have fallen. I need to get stronger. And then he'll take the mask back out. But he'll sit and making, when he is, I mean, he might wait 2 hours at like through his whittling before he is confident that everyone is asleep. Before that, he says that. Not expecting a response at all, just feeling the need to say it to the only thing that he believes is always listening. And then, yeah, continue to whittle. I will whittle for as many nights as we think it takes for this to look and become more human friendly.
Reasonable. All right. Let's see your perception.
Ugh, 8.
And
See,
you know
less-
it's that when I had the best perception.
Yeesh. You had advantage.
Doesn't change that fact.
I mean, still.
It is true.
I mean,
So,
how do you beat the person with a +9?
true.
Very
Yeah, I
true.
rolled a 4.
Very true.
So, as the darkest reaches of night turn into the brighter light of dawn. You don't really notice anything beyond the previously established noises of the jungle to really catch your interest or awareness. So before too long, the fingers of dawn draw across the world again, leading to everyone to get up, mumble, stretch, but I think we're gonna call it there today.
Yep, all good.
10:45.
All right, glad to be back.
Yeah, it was a while.
That it was.
We usually don't have a break like that until we do it in person. It just somehow when we do in person, that usually takes like a month for us to start back up. Because of all, I mean, we do a lot
Had
of
a
the in
series of
person.
unfortunate events.
Yeah, one of us was gone for 2 weeks, and then we were gone for a week.
And Gabby got engaged.
Yep.
I texted him. I said it's about.
Rock dart.
Oh, was it massive?
Oh yeah.
Well, didn't you say he makes a shit ton of money and she had a thought in mind?
Yeah, well, they did the like 6 month salary thing, so he got a gigantic diamond.
Jesus.
Oh.
That was 3 months.
I think it's 3 months, but still.
But he did
Raise,
6
he
months.
probably
But
spent
he,
a lot of money.
but he did 6 months.
That
Jesus.
was his first mistake.
I mean, yeah, I texted him and I said, thank God someone's going to make an honest woman out of him.
I'm sure he appreciated that.
I mean, I'd be upset if he didn't.